this is Michelle Nicolaisen with the Freelancer Planner Kickstarter, and I just wanted to record a quick video that walks you through all the different pages in the planner and the planning process that it has so you can get a better idea of what you're signing up for. So this is the monthly calendar page, which you saw on the page, and this is what's opposite it. You have a place where you can write in the month, you have the 3 goals for that month, the income goal for that month, and then it has you break it down by the work days in that month. So in June, there's 22 work days, so it divides out to $180 per work day. Now for the income goal, you can either log how much income you actually made that day or how much work you did that day. I use it to keep track of the billable work I'm doing because I found that when I was just logging the income that I made on any particular day, it kind of removes some motivation and some hustle from the process. So I like to keep an eye on what work I'm actually doing, and that works out for me because most of my clients pay same month. You might want to tweak that depending on your business model, depending on when your clients pay you, but that's how I use it and that's how I've got the most out of it. Underneath that, there's room for the events this month and the projects that are coming up because you want to keep an eye on stuff that's starting in the middle of the month or towards the end of the month. I found that when I was just looking at what was going on as I was going into the month, then I would get 2 weeks into the month and I would get like a week out from a project and realize that it was starting. And so that's sort of the goal of this, is to keep that from happening to you. And then there's a section for notes and back burner, which are things that you aren't actively working on right now, but that you might be before the month is over or that's coming up the next month. So right there for me, I have my novel launch, which is tentative August, and my next nonfiction book launch, which I'm scheduling for September. Now the monthly calendar is, you've seen it on the page, it's one of the ones that I featured the most in the image because this is what's really, really useful for me. I love the rest of the planner, but this is what's been the game changer for me. So these bars along the top of the dates, and it's undated, so you can fill it in with whatever dates of the month you're in. These bars are the income tracker, so that's where I keep track of how much work I'm actually doing in any given month. So if I did $180 of billable work in a day, then that bar is completely full. And so that lets you see where it's at. And you can see that mine is a little short because I've been working on the Kickstarter, so I've been neglecting my billable work some. The lines on the dates are so that you can write down events that are going on, like I have the Kickstarter launch noted. They also let you write down clients. So I have this like roughly color-coded with the same colors that I use in Asana because I'm a big nerd, so I use Asana as well as this. But I have the number of clients per week, and then at the end of the week, I have a little note that says 3 out of 3 client slots that week. So it's just a good way to keep track of how far you're booked out. I found that if I tried to keep track of this in a spreadsheet or something like that, that it was actually less convenient. So I was keeping track of it in sort of like a hacked Moleskine planner, and this is just a much handier way to do it. You can see how far you're booked out, you can see when your next opening is, and you can pencil someone in for it as you're on the phone with them. So the planning process, this is the planning process for each week. Over here, you have a space to write all of your appointments for the week, and appointments are, I mean, you know what appointments are. It's things like doctor's visits or lunch meetings or getting lunch with a friend or speaking at an event. The second part of this page is where you can write down tasks that are moving you forward on a larger goal, that tie back into your larger goal for the month or for the year. The problem that I noticed was that if I didn't make an effort to connect my day-to-day work with the bigger goals, then I would just kind of get stuck doing busy work, and that's what I see a lot of other freelancers doing too. So that's what this is for. It's to keep you focused on doing work that's actively moving you forward on your goals. And I actually forgot to mention that, but that's something that is covered on the month, is you have 3 goals for any given month. And I would highly recommend having at least one of those goals be related to your business. So one goal might be like send 30 client pitches this month, but I would highly recommend having something like strengthen my portfolio or get a speaking gig, something that's going to build your own business's development and marketing and networking, because that's the kind of thing that's really going to make or break your business in the long run. You need to set aside time for your business and not just for your clients' businesses. This is for the one-off and sort of like tiny tasks this week, the sort of annoying administrative things that you know need to get done, but they aren't necessarily contributing to a larger project or to client work. It's stuff like checking your blog archives for dead links and fixing them. And then the staple tasks are for things that need to be done week to week that tend to get neglected if you aren't actively reminded of them. So there's a section for marketing and PR, there's a section for content creation, and then there's a section for website maintenance, social media, and other. And then now we have the actual week view. So you can see for each one, there's room down here for notes and back burners, reminders, things that you need to remember, things that you think of while you're working and you just want to jot it down somewhere. That's what this bottom section is. And there is 3 priorities for each day. There's a section for your one-off tasks for that day, and there's a section for the appointments for that day. I have it set to 3 priorities because, you know, there's that, I think it's David Allen quote, that's if you have more than 3 priorities, you don't really have any priorities. And I found that to be true. No matter how many things I write down for a day as things that I'm trying to prioritize, I typically only make progress on 3 of them anyways. So that's why there's 3 priorities. There's one of these rows for each day of the week, except for Saturday and Sunday, which is combined. Because I know we all do a little bit of weekend work sometimes. Well, yeah, sometimes. We don't need to and we don't have to, but sometimes it happens. So that is an overview of the planner. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. You can just email me at michelle@bombshell.com. And if you want to find out more about the planner and back it, you can go to freelancerplanner.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.